Today on Think Tank Watch, we've spotted Reeb Abraham from the think tank the IEA on Jeremy Vine. But before we get to that, here's a sample of her views on Nigel Farage's GB News show.
Can I have a show of hands? How many people want to have an Albanian in their spare bedroom? Why not? I mean, can you, and I'm saying this to you, Reem, and I'm having a go at you as a Conservative.
Yes.
And an activist. But I mean, this is out of control. We're being reduced, frankly, to begging, bribing members of the public because hotels are filling up all over the country. I think this issue alone could cost you the next election.
Definitely. I think that what we need to be clear about here, we're sort of saying government will pay you to host this Albanian, or government will pay these hotels. There's the taxpayer. We are the taxpayers, and we are funding the government in order to pay these. This is our money that's going towards this. And I think what's crazy is that we have, veterans on our streets, people that have fought for our country, and suddenly we're being able to pay with our taxpayer money, our hard-earned money, which is going to these hotels and funding people to be able to host these Albanians in their households. I think it's awful. Gross, misspend of our money.
Here are her views on Clothesgate.
I actually think the pay is really interesting. No. So on the whole entire scandal around Clothesgate, the fact that his wife Victoria has received a lot of these very, very expensive clothes from paid for by Lord Ali, who actually also has a number 10 pass.
So the irony of a member from a nefarious think tank, one that had links to Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng, and whose ideology was meant to have helped shape the mini-budget, is one that seems totally lost as she talks about cronyism and influence on number 10.
Keir Starmer did declare his own gifts that he received, but failed to declare his wife's gifts until very late, so after the deadline. And I think what's really interesting about this story is coming back to the Prime Minister's pay. If the Prime Minister is already wealthy in their own right, they are significantly less likely to need to take all of these different, I'm not saying they're bribes, but take all of these different gifts and it be perceived as a bribe. Rishi Sunak took almost nothing.
But in the case of multi-millionaire Sunak, he didn't need the money from outside influences as he was doing the bidding for his own wealthy family. Click here for another Think Tank Watch.